Man of fam, Sunday. As we approach football season, it's really scary because, you got that anticipation this time of year. You have that football type of feeling, and you don't know what's going to really happen. It's what's really going to happen. Because the news around the country is still yuck, yuck, yuck. I ain't even going to mention the name of what I'm talking about either. Because you already know. God, stay safe, fam. Don't get this. Because every number contributes to that stat that's going to say, I don't know, we may have to delay the opening. No. Anyway, let us talk about more pleasant things. I always start out like that just to get that off my chest. Did you see where Ronnie Lott, who played 8 seasons under Bill Walsh, recently praised Coach Kyle Shanahan while comparing him to the late Bay Area icon. Yeah, the legendary Bill Walsh. Lott was recently asked on Sirius XM NFL radio about San Francisco State as a Super Bowl contender, right? Lott responded with, to me, they're there. They're there on the offense, and the reason I think that they're there on the offense is that, and I've said this, Kyle is our version of Bill Walsh. I think he's one of the most innovative guys in pro football when it comes to offense. Unquote. See, fam, I remember saying that as soon as he got here because there was something about Kyle Shanahan that freaked me out about his offense. He's got defenses out there running all over the place, tripping all over themselves. They have no clue as to what's going on. Guys are running wild and free out there on the offense. See, and I got flamed. I said, you know what, guys, you can say what you want to. Man, Ronbo, man, you can't be comparing him to Bill. I'm not saying he is. I'm saying look at what he does. And he took that page right out of Bill Walsh's book anyway. He is a direct disciple. There are others, but this guy is the one because he knows he took what Bill did, he modernized it, he added his own concepts, and that dynamic is just ridiculous. This is why I see Njoku when I say, get him. He would fit like a frigging glove. More about that. You know what? Here's the thing. John Lynch has been quoted saying if there's a player available that is going to make the team better, then they will be looking into it. David Njoku is a level above every tight end in camp. Make no mistake about it. This is a first-round pick that unfortunately went to the Browns. That dude has got mad skills, speed. Oh, he would fit in this kind. Oh, he'd fit in this offense. Oh, dynamically. And as I say, he's the best tight end, not named George Kittle, that would be coming to this camp. The phones are most likely already ringing in Cleveland, though. It's going to be tough to get him, though. All right, it's kind of a pipe. Njoku's going to get pursued hardcore. But then again, he is suddenly disgruntled. He wants out of Cleveland. But my question is, for those who know, and I notice a lot of people don't know anything about him, for those who do know about Njoku coming out of the U, you remember? And you've also seen little glimpses of him. But the Cleveland offense it is what it is and why they're not doing well. But here's the thing. I was going crazy about this on Twitter just the other day, actually, when I first got wind of this news. And Not a Faithful Eric, dude came in and poured ice water on me when he hit me with a body slamming tweet. He responded by saying, if Njoku was pissed off about Austin Hooper coming to Cleveland, what makes you think he'll want to play behind Kittle? Whoa, snap! Okay, you know what? Here's the thing, though. Cleveland is so narrow in what they do offensively. See, Kyle would get David, sit him down. Listen, I know the problem that you had in Cleveland, thinking that you'd have to play behind Austin Hooper. Listen, Dave, let me tell you something right now. You're not going to be playing behind George Kittle. Now, granted, he has been here and he's established himself, but what you're going to do is you're going to be playing alongside of George Kittle. I'm not going to have you out there sitting down waiting for George. I'm going to run Dave, I'm going to be running 2 tight end sets to the tune that I've not done since I left Atlanta when I had 2 very outstanding tight ends. You're going to be a very big part of this program, and I'll show you right now if you want to, and I'll diagram it and show you. You will get your touches, promise you. I guarantee you that. You got to sweet talk him because if he doesn't want to play with Hooper, he definitely doesn't want to play with George Kittle if he thinks he's going to have to play behind George Kittle. That's just my thinking on that. But, oh, by the way, George Kittle's situation. Matt Barrows, Athletic. He's quoted as saying, I recently spoke with someone in the know who said he thought Kittle ultimately would land a contract about $13 million. Barrows' reputation, he's not going to say things like this unless he must have some really good, solid source on this. He says that's not a spectacular deal somewhere visiting for the 49ers. It's indispensable, man, but it would still set the pace for all tight ends, unquote. 49ers, 13, I don't think the 49ers expect to pay anything less than that, and they do like George a lot. They want, well, let me continue. He says, it wasn't too long ago that many expected the salary cap to see a record increase next year, thanks to a new collective bargaining agreement and an anticipated new television deal for the league. It's near certainty that won't happen thanks to the COVID-19 pandemic. In fact, now it's very possible the salary cap drops in 2021, which could send many NFL teams, including our Niners, scrambling to get underneath it. It just all depends on how big a drop takes place. Cancel games or zero fans in stands could no doubt contribute to the worst case scenario as far as revenue coming in. As for GK, could he play hardball with the Niners and refuse to report to training camp? Nobody sees that happening, including Barrows, who was quoted saying, that's just not who Kittle is. I agree with that full. He's been taking part in all of the Zoom classroom sessions this offseason. He was on hand for the workouts in Nashville. You can bet on GK reporting on time, even without a new deal. But it would be much better for everyone involved if there was a deal in place. And that's what everybody wants, man. The fans, everybody wants that. Don't drag and carry this misery out. Get it done. All right. Back in May, John Lynch said that the 49ers tried to get a deal done with Kittle in the weeks after the Super Bowl before COVID-19 impacted our daily lives, as it has now. But the two sides weren't able to find that sweet spot. Locking up George remains a priority, but Lynch isn't willing to put a timetable on when that might happen. Well, now, what John exactly said, quote, we've got to find the right deal. We'll continue working towards that. We're not going to put any timetable on that, but George is certainly a priority for us. We love everything about him. We love everything he brings to the Niners, unquote. And that's why I'm saying, you see, would a trade to gain David Njoku to make the dual tight end combo from hell possible in San Francisco? Kyle Madsen, Niners. I said, Kyle, shout out, man, because you know what? You be breaking the facts. This is one of the weaknesses of the 49ers rosters are depth at tight end. Yes. While George Kittle is the league's best player at the position, the roster behind him leaves something to be desired. And while the returning backup Ross Dwelly drafted a potential Charlie Warner in the 6th round, they don't appear to have a legitimate pass-catching threat to pair with Kittle. Now, after Adam Schefter reported that the Browns and David Njoku requested a trade, suddenly a light was flashing out of Ohio. Watchtower fashion. Niners, this could be the missing link. Come and get him. Oh, man. I'll tell you, fam, Njoku was a first-round pick out of the U in 2017. If you don't know, and Big Show, if you're watching, come in and back me up on this, man. This dude is, he's been misused in Cleveland. Despite just 1 year of big-time pass-catching production in college, his athleticism, now he's kind of raw because he came out of college just a freak. And they taught him what he knew in that 1 year, and he took off from there. You imagine what our wide receiver people can do with him along with Shanahan? His athleticism on tape jumped off the screen, and his combine workouts corroborated what the tape showed. He was in the 80th percentile of better in the 40-yard dash, broad jump, vertical jump, and three-cone drill. You know how Kyle loves him some three-cone drill, right? Njoku displayed that athleticism inside a 6'4", 253-pound frame. If you watch Njoku run, the dude's athleticism alone puts him above every player the Niners have behind Kittle. Now, Ross Dwelly, a former undrafted free agent, is a versatile blocker, but doesn't offer a lot as a receiver. He's averaged just 6.2 yards per reception in his first 2 seasons. 6th-round pick Charlie Warner caught only 34 passes in 4 years at Georgia, but that may not have been his fault. I realize that. He remains a mystery. Undrafted second-year player Daniel Helm hasn't played an NFL snap. Njoku offers an explosive athletic element that the 49ers tight end group currently does not possess. Njoku has yet to translate that athletic talent into success in the NFL. However, he is playing with the troubled Browns, and he was hurt all last season. He only caught 88 balls for 1,025 yards and 8 touchdowns in his first 2 years, and graded out as an average run blocker through his first 2 seasons per Pro Football Focus. Now, that is going to be a problem. Now, I don't know if the 49ers will look past that and see if they could work with him and get him to improve upon that. But you know how Kyle Shanahan's, you don't block, you don't play. So, and as I mentioned, his third season was limited to just 4 games by a broken wrist. Njoku is good enough athlete to fill a variety of roles in an offense as crazy creative as Kyle Shanahan's. If that monster is running free or loose or one-on-one with any defender, and that's what's going to end up happening because George is going to continue to draw defensive attention. I pictured Njoku, George, Debo. And just for fun, go ahead and throw, just in case we finally get him up to speed, Jalen Hurd. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. There is no cover in that group. I mean, while there'd be some blocking responsibilities that he'd need to improve some in that area because Kyle does not tolerate being challenged at blocking, there would be an added dimension for defense to worry about when the Niners line up in multiple tight end sets. The Niners deployed personnel groupings with multiple tight ends on 32.1% of their snaps last season, and that according to Sharp Football stats. Their passing success came from those groupings was mixed, although Jimmy G had 1 TD and 3 INTs out of 12 personnel, 1 running back, of course, and 2 tight ends is what 12 is about. The most frequently used multiple tight end package. Now, adding a pass catcher like Njoku makes the 49ers more difficult to defend, and he has that athleticism to take advantage of the space generated by Shanahan's scheme in a way none of the current reserves can. Fam, I'm telling you, Mr. Njoku's baby boy could jam. I was watching him at a workout. He looks like one of those runners that continues to shift gears as he moves downfield, too. If you've ever played and got behind one of them dudes, as it's a futile effort. He's got that kind of stride. If you didn't catch him right away, he's going to pull away. I could see that in him. I said, that dude, he continues to shift gears as he moves downfield. Of course, price is a significant issue for the Niners in any move they're going to execute over the next couple of seasons. Check this. Njoku is still on his rookie deal and has 2 seasons left, including that 5th-year option. He carries a manageable $3,037,900 hit cap hit in 2020 per over the cap and a $6 million next season. He wouldn't be expensive to cut ties with should his career not take off in the Bay Area. And this could be one of those incredibly good experiments. Compensation is another factor at play here, though. The Niners are probably out of running if there's an enthusiastic market for Njoku, and that's what worries me the most. Dallas is going to be in there. There's going to be all kind of teams there. And Jerry Jones acts like there is no cap for him. For plenty of reasons, they'll need all their other draft picks in next year's draft, right? Because this team is no longer able to just get rid of draft picks because we got expiring contracts, and we're going to have to go headhunting for the next 3 years at least. They already spent a 3rd-round choice and trade to acquire Trent Williams. If Njoku was available for a 5th or 6th-round choice, the move becomes a little more feasible. If it's true the Niners were shopping Dante, you know what I said? You know, I don't want. I've been trying to pick on Pettis, but Phil, I got to tell you, I'll do it in a heartbeat. If the 49ers really were shopping Pettis, listen, guys, I'm going to tell you what I want. Of course I want him. Listen, I'll give you Dante Pettis, and can we give you a 5th-round pick on? Because I'm going to compensate you well for that. Because I think we can come to terms on this if you're willing to lean that far. You know, because John ain't waiting till no workday Monday either. John's going to do that now. I got a feeling they're on this. The Niners made clear their desire to add another pass catching threat as tight end when they pursued Austin Hooper in free agency to begin with. Remember that? They weren't playing. The 49ers wanted that dual threat. This is not an insane desire. He was the best available player on the market and wound up signing with Cleveland as the highest paid tight end in the league. The limited number of draft picks forced him to wait until round 6 to select tight end in the draft, and even Warner was most blocking specialist in college. We're now probably going to try to turn him into something else, but he's going to be a big-time blocker, and he can still stay. I'm not trying to get rid of him. But even if the 49ers don't sign Njoku to his long-term extension, the short-term gain would elevate their offense to a level it can't reach with their current group of tight ends. They can win a Super Bowl with Njoku's contract in 2 years, fam. If Njoku can be had for a late-round pick, the Niners should make that call and add a cost-control player that could immediately make their offense extremely dangerous. Oh, God, I want this deal. Everybody's talking about these other guys. This one I like a lot. Jermaine Price. Hey, it's my son's Jeremiah's birthday Friday. Can he get that song tonight? Absolutely. If I ever turned down a birthday opportunity, I'm still an aspiring singer, you know. Wait, let me go. Come back. Joe Corona says it's my son's birthday today. Oh, wait a minute. Everybody's got a... Can you give a shout out to Ronbo, 2 years old Niner fan? Oh, my God. My production's put all the birthdays up on me. Because they know, boy, let me get it. Also, Roy Boy, shout out from Coldwater, Michigan. Ronbo Sports, the sun never sets on the Niner Empire. What's good? Yes, absolutely. Get back at you, Roy Boy. DJ Malone, hey, how's it going? And saying hello for you from beautiful British Columbia. What's that? Say, all right. And John V, I live in Ohio, just outside of Cleveland. I live with a diehard Browns fan, my girl, and that dude. I'm telling you, man, some people don't know about Njoku because Cleveland's offense is kind of, but Kyle and this dude, Ed Neville said, I can't read it. It's embarrassing. Thanks, Ed. Steel of curtains. Njoku's a pretty good player. He's injury prone, but he can be good when healthy. He rivals with Brown. I'm telling you, Steel Curtains, man. Callie Young says, what up, fam? I live an hour away from Cleveland and have watched Njoku. Raw talent indeed, but has been inconsistent since coming into the league. This is why I know he needs Shanahan as much as Shanahan needs him. I'm fully, because he just started forming at the U. I know Shanahan can work with this kid. I just got a feeling right there. Richard Gonzalez says this trade makes no sense. What we need to do is trade for Jamal Adams and get back to the Super Bowl. We need secondary help. I beg to differ, but I respect your opinion on that. Hey, let me get them birthday babies. All right. Let me get Jeremiah first. Happy. Mm-hmm. See, Jeremiah's, we're the same, you know, he's a little cancer, and I'm a cancer as well, right? Happy birthday, fellow Cancer. Happy birthday, Jeremiah. Happy Niners. Birthday, Jeremiah, happy birthday. We got little 49 here. It's 3. Was it? Hey, Roman, your dad said it's your birthday, huh? How does it feel to be 3, huh? Yeah, I know, huh? Kind of get picked on a lot, but you know, you make a lot of noise, you can get whatever you want. Shh, don't tell your dad I said that, okay? Happy Niners birthday, Roman! Happy Niners birthday, Roman! Happy future quarterback. Wait. Let's see. Happy future's QB for the Niners! Keep starting, I can go all day. Roman, happy birthday, little guy. Okay. Let us. Hey, 49 Lakers life. Thanks, man. Hey, you back. I love them pairs, man. The pairs are cool, man. They got a pair for every move. Hey. Yeah. So no, I'm gonna get pushed back on this kid. But if I have to take a pick between Jamal Adams and Njoku, I tell you how strongly I feel about that. I'll take Njoku. I ain't worried about the secondary. The reason is the secondary is one of the best in the league. When you got a front four like we got, I'd put damn near anybody back there. I do wonder, though, with Kwasky, what they're going to do. In that case, I won't make that comparison, but I do wonder what's going to happen with that. Anyway, let me go to Jay. Jay, what's up?
What up, Ronbo?
Jay, man, I'm looking at that freak Njoku, and I'm picturing what Kyle Shanahan would do with him and Kittle, lining up them Now there's no break for that defense. You guys can go ahead and lean on George. Overdo it on George all you want to. Njoku will kill you in Kyle Shanahan's offense. I just know it. But what are you thinking? Is this a bad deal or a so-so deal? What do you think?
I think it would be a good deal, but at the same time, we can't be wasting our picks. That's
true.
Would
you consider wasting Dante Pettis?
Oh, he's gone. He'd be gone in a heartbeat. I would set him off so fast, I would be like, see you. Even though, man, we are stacked at the wide receiver position.
So that's why we don't need Dante.
Yeah, I was seeing him if we could get like an equal trade value, say you trade Dante Pettis to get him, yes, I would do it in a heartbeat. But to trade him and a pick for the tight end, David, I wouldn't do it. But if it was just player swap, yes, I would do it in a heartbeat. With a shadow of a doubt, he'd be gone tonight.
But Jay, they might just want another tight end. Now, I don't know, because they already got Hooper. Maybe they might be interested in taking Dwelly. God, I just don't know what they... Because they were hoping they'd have... Cleveland was hoping they would have a Hooper Njoku combination. Would have been slick. But Njoku said, man, come on, man. Y'all waited. I don't want to play here no more. So,
Yeah, but that would add another wide receiver a little bit, you know what I'm saying, for Cleveland, because they already got OBJ. They already got Javon Land over there, too. So they got a couple of receivers. So they add sorry-ass Pennis there, then they could be, they could try to work something out with that. I don't know if they could salvage Dante, but,
because his expiring contract, they'd save money. Expiring contract. Dante's contract's not done for another 2 seasons, right? Or one. Wait, one, right. 2. He's been with us for 2 seasons. Yeah, he's got 2 seasons to go. So, it would be almost a across-the-table swap, and they would save money because Dante's not getting paid as much as Njoku, because Njoku was a first-round pick. Dante was a second-round pick. I wish they would entertain this. Man.
Yeah, I would probably tell them, you could get Dante, we get your man, and we get a draft pick because we losing money. That's what I would do. I would get a 4th, 5th round draft pick. We've been picking some good. We've been picking some players late pretty good. So I would try to, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if they'll do it, but John, he's a good negotiator because he be pulling some stuff out his ass, and he could probably do it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, if I'll be like, hey, he's a first rounder, give us him.
Give us a 5th round. Give us a 5th round's fine because you don't want to push it. You want to make this
deal.
Boom.
Yeah, make it even out. Yeah. But, yeah, I would have to send Dante. He'd be going tonight. I'll be like, pack your bag, you going to Cleveland.
And he might do a better job in Cleveland, because he'd have to play behind OBJ.
Right. Because he'd be the third option. And, you know what I'm saying, I think he'll do all right, but dude too soft, though. So, I don't know. I don't think he would do well in Cleveland, too. And then it gets cold during the wintertime. And I don't know how he would do playing in the winter.
I forgot
You know
about
what I'm
that.
saying? 'Cause,
They might think about that
yeah,
too.
he's soft. You know what I'm saying? He's Marshmallow Man. He's so soft. You know what I'm saying? And we
God.
don't need them type of players. You know what I'm saying? We need players that gonna come out there and ball and
Yeah.
not worry about playing with kiddies.
And, but Jay, the 49ers are pretty good at bringing in people that fit what they do, right? So, and this is one of those
Yeah.
guys I look at as an absolute fit. Now, it's the only drawback you get on Njoku is he doesn't block. He does block, but just average, I guess. And
That will have to change.
and he's a little raw. He's still actually growing as a player, but damn good as a player. I don't know if you saw that game. Njoku was a few yards from the goal line, and that dude went airborne, and that's how he actually got hurt, though. He went airborne. I'm talking, he looked like an Olympic high jumper. He went over the top of about 2 or 3 dudes and into the end zone. I said, good God. He really did that.
Man, I ain't seen that.
Titans.
I'm gonna look him up on YouTube because when you brought him up, mentioned him, I was like, okay, let me check on him because I don't really know him. I ain't never had to see him play a game, so I had to look at his highlight and see what he's doing, and if he's worth trading. You know what I'm saying? If he can't block, he's gonna have to block in Shanahan's offense.
Yeah.
But if he's a good offensive threat, and you have him and George Kittle out there, man, that'll be a sight to see because that will weave out the linebackers and that just leaves one-on-one with our, with our receivers, and that will help out a lot.
Because you gotta respect this guy. You gotta, or he will kill you.
And then the running game,
the
running game too. I mean, come on, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, we need all the help we can get so we can get this sick. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't waste no more draft pick. I would not waste no more draft.
No, they can't afford to. Yeah, but if it's late round, maybe. But hey, fam, we got to go. Jay, I'm gonna see you tomorrow. All right.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Ronbo. Appreciate you what you do, brother.
Thank you, brother. Jay. Appreciate your input. All right. Have a good night, fam.
All right. You too.
And let me get Dollar Bill Will.
Ronbo, what's up, man?
Will, man, I'm all pumped up, man. I seen Njoku available, 2 years left on his rookie contract. I said, damn, that's the dude. If you want to get a tight end that's going to take a lot of pressure off of Kittle, and I mean in a hurry, this is the guy. Shanahan could work with this dude in ways that probably no other coach in the league could work with, maybe besides Andy Reid or somebody like that. But yeah, Will, what do you think about my deal, man? I mean, you like it, or is it not a good idea? Where you want to go with that?
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't heard much about him.
No, he's only been in the league for a little while and been with Cleveland the whole time. You know how that goes.
Yeah. I don't know, Ronbo. I mean, like the last caller said, if I would get him, it'll be a player for player, not a draft pick. I've seen his highlight tape. He's okay. I mean, he's good in the red zone. Like, cause he's a real tall tight end. So if you put him in the red zone, have him do fade routes in the end zone, 9 times out of 10 he'll catch him for touchdown because he has tremendous length. He's tall, like LeBron type tall. So he can out jump you on them fade routes in the red zone. But I don't know. Yeah, he got hops, but I don't know. I just don't know. Now, if it was Hooper, then I'll be all for it. Because if you have Hooper and Kittle on the field at the same time, it just wouldn't be fair to any team that plays us in the NFL. It wouldn't be fair at all. But I don't know. I mean, I would do it. He's a decent player. I think Kyle can put him in the best position to make plays. But like the last caller said, yeah, I would do the same thing. If Kyle really wanted him, it has to be a player for player. Dante Pettis, bye-bye. It could be Dante Pennies or anybody else. I mean, I'll do it in a heartbeat, but it got to be for player. But, I mean, Dwell. Now you got to think
late
about
round pick. Your late round pick is probably going to not be better than Njoku. But go ahead. What did you say with Dante Pettis?
No, I was saying Dwelly showed me some stuff last year. I mean, I don't see why Dwelly won't is not getting some credit, because it was certain games when Kittle was out, he came through for us, like the Arizona game, both Arizona games, the one where he scored 2 touchdowns when we was at home, and then the clutch catch that he made to get that first down to run the timeout in the Arizona game in Arizona. So I mean, personally, I would stick with him to be paired with Kittle. That's just my opinion.
Well, they were paired last year. What I want fear from the defense. Now, Dwelly's not going to send fear through an opposing defense. He does a little above average job. I'll give him that. But I want a guy that's going to really freak out the defense. I think this guy's the one.
Well, to be honest with you, Ronbo, we got enough pieces on that offense to bring fear in the defense.
To do that anyway, I know. I want overkill, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand. I get that. I understand you want. I understand you want that overkill type fear over the defense, but I mean, I just don't know about that one, to be honest with you. I mean, right. if Kyle do snatch him up, I'll be all for it. You never know. Kyle can mess around and have this dude. End up having 2 tight end Pro Bowlers. You never know.
But his athleticism, Kyle would definitely work with this dude. Kittle runs a 4.5 something, I think. Njoku runs a 4.6, so they're like nearly neck and neck, right? As guaranteed, if he breaks open and he gets that ball, he is gone, and that's what George does for you, So I said, man, this dude. And all that other athleticism he has, Kyle would work miracles with this guy. I just know it. But as you say though, you don't want to get rid of any assets. They don't have any to give away anyway, except for Dante. Right. That's why I put him in there.
But you never know though with what Kyle and John did over the offseason. I mean, they've been the most aggressive I've seen them be since they got to San Fran. I mean, they was trying to get, during the past few years on the offseason, they were trying to get Le'Veon Bell, Odell Beckham.
That's why I know they made a call to Cleveland. I just know it because
they try to get Hooper as well. So I mean, they've been really aggressive. They trying to. I mean, you got to respect that. And if it doesn't work in their favor, they fall back on it because that's being smart. But overall, they've been really aggressive with trying to get players to come, to the 49ers and help us win championships. So you never know. They might pull something off. You never know.
I'm looking forward to it in the days ahead. I expect by Tuesday or Wednesday, 49ers appear to be in the running for David Njoku. I'm saying it here. Today's Sunday. I'm saying it now. Look out, fam. Look out, y'all. But yeah, all right. What else was on your mind?
That's it, man. I mean, that was the topic for the night. That's my few cents on it.
All right.
Kyle, and I'm comfortable with all the players we have right now, and if they bring in some more, I'll be even more excited. And just hope that hopefully and praying that we have a season and
that's the number one. I know.
Right.
Are we going to have one?
We can get on back. And hopefully we can get on back to Florida and try to get this ring this time.
Yes, indeed. Finish some unfinished business. All right. I will. I'll see you tomorrow night on Raw, fam.
All right, man. Take it easy, man. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to Ronbo, man. Shout out to my TNT fam, my player partner Dre, Trey Trez, Big Show, Russo, all them guys, man. Shout out to the Ronbo Sports Fan Club, Rico, Jersey Joe, Sheik, all them guys, man. Hey, man, San Francisco 49ers, Super Bowl 55, and it won't be Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It'll be the San Francisco 49ers versus to be announced. All right, Ronbo.
All right, Will. I love his tags. Like, Will.
All right, man.
You. And as I'm currently looking down, there's 5 teams that are probably in the running for Njoku. The Panthers and the Cardinals. Also, the Patriots, of course. Belichick never lets anything go. Cincinnati Bengals. and Washington. All right. So I don't know. Hey, Krusty.
Hello?
Krusty,
Hey,
come on in,
what's
man.
that? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening. I can hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Hello?
Krusty, you got a reception issue going there or something. I can
Hello?
hear you clearly, but you can't hear me?
Hello?
Yeah. Krusty, can you see the screen? Call back. I think it's something wrong
Hello?
with your connection. Call
Hello, can you
back.
hear me?
I can
you
hear
hear
you the
me?
whole time, Krusty.
Oh, okay, I can hear you now too.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
can I get give me a couple signs? Give me like 2 callers.
Oh, okay. We'll be back. All right. So anyway. So you got, all right, here he
Can
comes.
I get that in a box?
Well, it's a big show. It's a big show on tonight. Show, come on in, man.
If anything won't make Sean McVay an alcoholic after the Trent
Oh.
Williams trade, then I think the Njoku trade would make him submit himself into the Betty Ford clinic.
It would have to be.
One of the things that we've all learned from watching Kyle Shanahan over the past 3 years as our head coach, he values his tight ends more than he does receivers.
Seems.
And also he values his running game more than any other position on his offense. And I think we saw that he values the tight ends more this offseason when we went after Austin Hooper. I was actually a little shocked that we were even interested in him.
Same here. Especially the money he was gonna ask for. Good.
Mm-hmm. And that shows that they're really still looking for someone to complement Kittle very well, because honestly, if you look at our tight end depth chart, there's really nobody right now who would take the pressure off of Kittle and complement Kittle very well in the offense. And Kyle, like I mentioned earlier, Kyle loves his tight ends and those 2 tight end sets when it comes to red zone and setting up play action and everything else like that. And that's why I think this Njoku move needs to happen. If anything, John Lynch showed us he's not afraid to give up draft picks. If it comes down to a 4th round draft pick, then you absolutely pull the trigger on this move. I don't care I don't care what round it is. The draft is a crapshoot. You know, most of the players from the 2nd round, behind the 2nd round, don't even make the team. They're out after the 1st year.
Yeah, you have your exceptions, but normally that is the norm. Exactly.
Yeah, that is the norm, exactly. So why would you not want to give up a 4th round draft pick with David Njoku, who would take a ton of pressure off of Kittle and would complement him very well
immediately?
And who would you say Kyle Shanahan looks up to as a head coach in the NFL right now and wants to mold his team after?
That's currently coaching right now? It would have, you know what? I would say Belichick, but Belichick's a defensive guy. Who do you think?
He is a defensive guy, but what does Belichick value on his offense? He values his tight ends. And
well, that's true. They're the ones with the Gronk and Hernandez combo that was like killing the league. This is what I was thinking about. I said, you know what? Let's get that Gronk Hernandez thing going 40 San Francisco West Coast style. Oh man.
Yeah. And I think this is more of a reach. I don't think this is more of a reach than the Jamal Adams trade would be. I think that the Jamal Adams trade is a pipe dream more than this would be. I'm sorry, but I'm not trying to give up a 1st round pick for a safety that's going to cost us more than probably defensive line.
Yeah.
Will cost us, you know what I mean?
I mean, he's really going to ask for the bank. That's why I says, man, Adams is going to be really expensive. True.
Yeah. And granted, Adams does have 2 years left on his rookie contract because Njoku and Adams were drafted in the same year. But when Adams' contract is up, and I think we wouldn't even bother. We wouldn't even. I don't think we would get rid of him, and it would cost us a lot of money.
He's going to cost more than
Njoku, on the other hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so we need Kittle needs help. I don't want him getting injured again, sitting up the season again, or God forbid, go on IR. You know what I mean? Because that would just kill our chances.
And Big Show, that swarm of dudes that come after Kittle as soon as they see him bust off the line of scrimmage, let them do that after we get this kid. Oh, lights out. Njoku has that athleticism and ability to get away. He's gone. Jimmy's going to be looking for him, too.
Njoku's been in the league since 2017, so he's very familiar with how things work and everything. So we wouldn't have to train or coach up anything. We just have to give him up to speed on Kyle's offense. And we drafted Warner in the 5th round for his blocking skills. So Njoku, I wouldn't necessarily think would have to block all the time. That's what we drafted Warner for. So. You know, because we lost, what's his name? I think.
What position?
The dude, the tall dude from Stanford, tight end.
We
lost him in free agency to the Giants.
Did
Not
he just
Kane
left?
Smith.
He just went back
he just left this year.
Yeah, he's got they taught me how to pronounce his name. Anyway, I think, what is he in?
Yeah.
He's with the Eagles now or something? Anyway.
But no, he's with the Giants. With the Giants,
yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're talking about somebody else. You're talking about the other kid we drafted last year.
No.
The guy that just went over there.
Caden, he just went over the Giants this year. I forget his name. Not Logan, but anyways, we lost him in free agency this year, and I think that they showed strong interest in Austin Hooper, and I don't think they would not show strong interest in Njoku if that were the case. So right. I think this needs to happen.
And people keep and Justin's questioning, what about Ross Dwelly? Well, if they'd have been crazy about Ross Dwelly, they wouldn't have went after Hooper now, would they? See, this is what I'm saying.
No, Ross Dwelly, I don't try. Ross Dwelly's he's nice and everything, but he's not a complimentary piece to kill. He's just an average. He's inconsistent at times too. So you can't really trust him to back up Kittle and everything. So. Njoku, on the other hand, is on another level of talent and would complement Kittle very well, very nicely, and take a lot of pressure off at Ayuk and Debo too. So
that's why it was the first round pick. That dude, his potential and upside, his ceiling is out of here. So that's why I say you give that kid to Shanahan, and look out now. Oh man.
Really quick before I go, they say when you go to Cleveland, your career dies. And that's exactly what happened to Njoku. You know what I mean? They went through Freddie Kitchens.
Look at OBJ.
They went. I know. They Jarvis Landry too. They went through Freddie Kitchens, who was a god awful coach over there, and they've been through so many coaching carousels. They have so many coaching carousels happen over there. How are you supposed to have a career there? So take that out of the equation.
Go ahead, because we got to go.
Take that out of the. Yeah, take that out of the equation with Njoku. He's a really good, talented player. It's just the shithole that he unfortunately ended up in Cleveland, and the instability there at the coaching position and the different coordinators every year. That screws up a player.
It's a mess.
Ask Joe Staley.
Good stuff, Joe. Thanks for that, Joe. I loved it, man.
All right.
We're on the same page.
Yeah, for sure. Just call Cleveland, John. Call Cleveland, John.
Please.
All right.
All right, Joe. Night. Have a great night. Yeah, you gotta look at all aspects of this. That offense the defense is gonna be fine. They just need to stay off the field more. And you get the right players out. The 49ers offense will be out there occupying that clock all day. So Justin, yeah. So y'all gonna just forget about Ross Dwelly? No, Justin, this is not about Ross Dwelly. This is not about Ross. This is about improving at that position. If you can, then you do it. You don't just settle. Ross Dwelly is not David Njoku, promise you. Hey, Jeremy.
Hey, Ronbo, you hear me?
I can hear you, Jamie. Come on in, man.
Yeah. What's going on?
Oh, Jamie, I'm sitting there. I'm campaigning for David Njoku, man. I love that kid's style. I had him on my mock draft coming out of the U because I said, look at this dude, man. This guy's just a specimen. I looked at him as the black stallion. The dude's got athleticism that's insane. He can run. He's got, I mean, this. They said now he doesn't want to be in Cleveland anymore. Oh, my lights went off. Put him next to George. We will romp. But Jamie, do you know anything about David Njoku?
Yeah, I've seen him get high point a couple balls, and there ain't nobody going to take it away from him. He's good that way.
He can get up, can he? Ooh, God, he gets up.
Yeah, they're not going to get it if he wants it. No. I think it's a good idea, personally. The kid can have a breakout year because he can't do it up there because they got all those other clowns. And
Cleveland's a terrible place to play football.
If he has a breakout year, then he's going to get paid. And we don't even necessarily need to keep him if he gets us a Super Bowl, you know?
Right, because what people are crying about is his pay. We're going to need to pay Kittle. Let me make that clear for some people who are not aware of what's going on here with Njoku. You don't need to pay him. He's on a rookie contract for 2 years. A lot of people don't realize that. But the only thing is that it's about losing assets. Now, if they ask for a fifth-round pick, because I'd say, listen, I've got Dante Pettis available. He's got the same amount of time left on his contract. John, you want to make, and they'll say, John, you want to make a deal or not? Okay, I was just kidding. What do you want?
No.
Oh, God.
You're going to have to give up some kind of pick or something to get him. I mean, you can package a player to make it a lesser round pick, but you're going to have to give up something.
Yeah, because
like you say, I think Kyle will be interested in him.
Oh, yeah, God. I mean, he is a first-round pick. I mean, there's a problem with trying to give him a fifth-round pick. Now, some of those other clubs are going to give a second or third-round pick for him, I'm sure. But 49ers are not in position to do that. This is the only problem. There's going to be some way to compensate them so they can go ahead and say that. Man.
It's not going to be as bad of a rental as Sanders was last year.
Mm-hmm. Right?
Sanders was a half-season rental. This guy is two full seasons.
Picks. God. High-round picks. Second and third. Yeah. It hurt.
It's almost night and day between that. I mean, you get a half season, you get, a year and a half with the guy.
Yeah.
So I would feel better about giving up a higher round draft pick for this guy than I did for Sanders, but I like Sanders, so I wasn't even mad at that.
Mm. Yeah, I wish they could have kept him. In fact, I felt bad because the fact is you gave all those assets and he walks. Oh, man, guys.
Yeah.
Ouch. Man,
yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, he was solid. That guy catches the ball no matter what.
Yeah.
How many drops did Njoku have last year, do you know?
No, and he's actually had some issue with that early on. He seemed to get better last year. He's kind of reminds you of Bourne in that aspect. He makes miraculous catches, and every now and then he'll miss the chippy shots. Well, one thing I do know, though, is Baker Mayfield, and somebody's up there saying that OBJ and Landry had great seasons. Maybe I'm in the dark. Does anybody remember OBJ and Landry burning up the league last year? It has a lot to do with Freddie Kitchens, too. I don't know what they're going to do on offense this year. Maybe a little different. But OBJ sort of disappeared, and he's grabbing
other two awesome running backs, and they never ran the ball.
Oh, yeah, see? And you got OBJ grabbing people saying, hey, get me out of here. Shh. Get me out of here. We got 49ers that went back and told John, he says, get me out of here. What? It's just.
What am I supposed to do?
Yeah. It's the thing. Cleveland is, I don't know what they're doing in their football program, but people just don't do well there. So.
I think you're right with Belichick. Belichick's going to be looking at this guy, so if Kyle wants him, he needs to hurry up, or John.
Yeah, it's about how do you compensate him, though. That's the thing. That's going to be the rough part. But we'll hear the 49ers name mentioned. I'm almost sure of it because this makes sense. We couldn't get Hooper. Kyle's looking to upgrade so he can put dual tight end sets out there because that's what he likes to do. And, we'll see what happens because that 12 is his thing. He loves that.
Yeah, well, the kid, he would like to come here because everybody likes to win, And it's not even just the wins, it's the atmosphere of winning.
Yep. Because guys like playing for Kyle Shanahan. You'll probably rarely hear a player that doesn't want to come play for Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah. Because he knows you're going to have a chance to win, and everybody around you is going to want to win, you know? It's not going to be, get me stats, and I don't care what happens.
Yeah. And when coming out of Cleveland, you're kind of a grateful kind of guy, Jamie. It's like living in a bad, poor, ran-down neighborhood, and you move to Beverly Hills, right? It's just so exciting.
Yeah. You're going to be happy. Yeah.
Oh, God. So, yeah, I'm heavy on this one. But, yeah. But if you had to give up anything, what if they said we'll take a fifth-round pick? Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, you got to move him. You got to get him. I'd grab this guy quick. But like everybody says, Dwelly's like a stopgap. He's not really another guy. We picked up those 2 rookies, one undrafted and the other one in the 5th round, but we don't know what they are yet. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I would snag this guy right up.
Oh,
what was that guy we lost? Was he a Hawaiian?
Toilolo.
Toilolo, yeah.
Yeah, that's his name. So Toilolo. Yeah.
We lost him.
He never got loose in the offense, so Kyle didn't really utilize him that much, I don't think. He wasn't bad, but they said he wasn't even that good at blocking, and that used to be what he was really good at. So,
yeah. A couple years ago, he was decent. But then, I don't know what happened to him last year. I don't think he got a lot of playing time.
Yeah, he might be losing interest. All right.
But, yeah, I would grab this guy immediately. If it's an option, go get him.
We'll see what's going to happen. Jamie, good to hear from you. I'll see you tomorrow on Raw, okay?
All right.
Night,
thanks for the show, Ronbo.
Thank you. Night. Hey, Clarence.
Ronbo, can you hear me?
Clarence, I can hear you loud and clear.
Ronbo, how are you, sir?
Huh?
How are you, sir?
Oh, doing fine. Fine. Love a weekend. So, and how about you?
I'm doing great.
All right.
I hear we're talking about.
Oh yeah, this is campaign headquarters tonight for Dave Njoku. Man, I love this guy coming out of the U, and I saw he just turned to poor guys in Cleveland, and things aren't going well in Cleveland for anybody, except for Baker Mayfield. He's doing commercials, but they're not doing much else besides that. And so I said, oh man, get Njoku out of there and let Kyle work with him. And watch what happens to the 49ers. Two tight end sets now. Oh! So, yeah, that's what I'm looking at. But what are you thinking?
I agree with that, but I would make sure his attitude's in the right spot.
Yeah.
Like I said, he's a physical specimen, no doubt. But is his attitude the 49ers attitude?
Good point.
Does he have that? Does he got that will? Does he got that go-to? Does he got that mojo that we're looking for? We don't need any softies.
And no potential divas. Because why did he get mad? Yeah, why did he get mad and say trade me? I'm thinking because he didn't think that Hooper should be coming in there treading on his land. I wish I could find out why did he immediately ask for that trade. He didn't immediately ask for it. Hooper's been with him for months, right? So it's interesting to see what happened there. Unless they came and told him what the program was going to be going forward, and it didn't include him like he thought it would. He said, oh, you know what? You can let me go right now. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, if you had that, like your caption said there this evening, nitro and glycerin, that would be pretty devastating combination for sure. And then we probably have to get rid of Dwelly, because I think that Warner kid is a possibility. He's got that physical that toughness that you're looking for in that tight end, and as well as the toughness that you're looking for as a 49er. Period. Because I don't know if everybody's noticed, but the type of player that Shanahan and Lynch have decided they need tough, physical, fast guys. They don't need no divas. They don't need no softies. They want people who can take it to them, take the fight to them, instead of having the fight come to them. They're taking the fight to them. And I think that's the type of player across the board offense, defense that they're looking for.
Absolutely. And that's how you're going to win. When you think about all the best teams down through NFL history, they usually fit that description, right? You know?
Yeah.
So.
Chiefs notwithstanding, because I think they just got lucky.
The Chiefs,
that's my opinion.
And people, we're biased because we're Niner fans. But you know what? The 49ers lost that game. The Chiefs didn't beat them up because we took them 3 quarters and a few minutes left, and we made a couple of mistakes and they got away. But otherwise, they had full control of that game, and that's why I said maturity. They've got it now. I wish you could play the Chiefs next week. God, Jesus. So anyway,
I think KB is gonna raise himself to a new level. All the stuff with all the he's leading the charge practices and whatnot.
All off
KB
season.
leading practices and showing the rookies this is how we do it here. Any other way ain't the way. So,
tell you,
he's been there since day one with Shanahan, so he knows.
I know, right?
He knows the program.
Him and Shanahan have had some experiences they can look back on. Not one of them wasn't so good either. When KB come rolling in late to a meeting one time, Shanahan actually cussed him out. And then he said, "Hey, why don't you put him on the practice squad?" I was afraid to put him on the practice squad because I knew somebody would snatch him up. Shanahan really believes in KB from the whole time. So KB's lucky from that coming in late that he's not on the practice squad or wasn't on the practice squad because Shanahan likes him. And you showed what happened last year. He was one of the last 3 guys that Shanahan believed in. So, and he's
But he learned. He's learned. That's the thing. He's learned. He's learned from his mistakes. I'm praying that Dante, gets his, what out of his, what. But we'll see. We'll see. He's got because there are people, these people on his heels, waiting to take that spot. There are people on his heels waiting to take his spot.
I just wonder how seriously he takes that. We're going to see.
And see, my thing is with Dante. He's from a family of professional ball players. Baseball doesn't matter. They're professionals. He should know how to act. He should know how to train. He should know how to be a professional. And it doesn't seem like he's got it.
Right?
I think his dad needs to give him a whooping.
I mean, really, you got Gary Pettis as your dad. Gary Pettis was a great ball player. How do you not have his attitude and mentality toward the game? It just doesn't seem the same.
Yeah, it doesn't. It does not. Like I said, you got other other pro other families of pros, and you can see
Nick Bosa. There's the classic example.
That any Bosa that comes out of there, it doesn't matter if it's male, female, the dog, I don't care. They're all professionals.
We got to go. Clarence, good hearing from you. I'll be back tomorrow if you got time. You too.
I will try. God bless you, sir.
Thanks, man. You too. Night. And it's a return of AJ, who's probably still in Nolans. AJ.
Yeah, I'm here in Nolans. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. TIP to my boy Mac Dre B-Day. Not an R&B singer. Hey, rest in peace, bro. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing all right. I'm in there campaigning for Njoku, man. I love me some David Njoku. I believe. Rescue him out of Cleveland. Run him next to George Kittle. Let's go back to the Super Bowl. And this time, ain't go be no mistakes. Defense learning all kind of lessons. Jimmy G's got a full year under Kyle Shanahan. Let's go. Ain't nobody going to beat the 49ers next year. No. I get Njoku, and I can almost assure it.
Yeah, I don't know too much history about that tight end, but I mean,
he's
I don't know if we should get him anyway, but it seemed like a good fit if you can get $3 million.
Yeah, he's still on his rookie contract's not over yet. It won't be. He's got a 5th-year option because he's a first-round pick, and yeah.
Oh, he a rookie?
Oh, he's in his 3rd year. That's why I want him, because Kyle can work with him. He hasn't learned and got a lot of bad habits or anything like that. He needs some things to be tightened up. Njoku's the kind of freak that came into the U, and he only had 1 year, his last year at the U. Since then, he's had his 2 years of pro experience, and they don't know what they're doing in Cleveland. If Kyle and company gets a hold of this dude, boy, they will tear
So would you swap him out for Kittle?
Down. Oh, yeah, I want him badly. I said, getting Njoku next to Kittle.
Would you swap him? Would you tell the situation like this? Okay, we can't pay Kittle what he wants. Let's just go ahead and get this guy. We know we can get him for a low cost. Go ahead and get a good trade. You know what I mean, for Kittle and work the numbers. That would you do that?
No, I'm not getting rid of Kittle. No, I'm not getting rid of Kittle for nobody. Not even Njoku. But I'm saying, I want to pair him up because right now Kittle has Dwelly next to him, and that's the biggest threat we got. Because you can't use Kyle. Juice is not a tight end. He's a fullback that does a lot of things, but you're not going to put him in the same situation that you would put Dwelly in, right? So I'm thinking, man, if we had just one more real scary guy next to Kittle, the 49ers offense would be unbelievably unstoppable with the kind of stuff that Kyle draws up. Because Njoku demands respect. And, I just see that being a dream team. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So do you, because I seen the little preliminary, or not preliminary, but just the little post you made about Kyle Shanahan and Bill Walsh in reference to him. You think that he's that great, huh?
Not only me. Ronnie Lott is where I got that from. I thought about that back in 2017. I got flamed. I haven't said much about that since then. I said, all right. Everybody says, man, you need to shut up and wait. All right? I'll wait. Okay, so in the same 3-year period, it took Walsh 3 years to get the Super Bowl. Granted, Walsh got the Super Bowl and won. We lost in the last couple of minutes, but that was close. And there was some inexperience going on out there amongst the players. Because like I said, if Mosey would have played a year before, then that little thing he gave up with that stupid play, that would have never happened. So that's what I'm saying. It was experience the Niners needed to win. Kyle wasn't doing anything wrong. Except, he made a couple plays. I thought he should have went to Debo more often. But he may have his reasons for that I don't understand. So, all of them learned, and they needed that 1 year. I didn't know that, AJ, I did not put the 49ers in the Super Bowl. I'm going to tell the truth. A lot of people said, they go in the Super Bowl. I said, man, I don't know about the Super Bowl, y'all. I can see us get to the playoffs. Let's see what happens after that. So, and they did. They got to the Super Bowl. I was surprised but delighted. So, we'll see.
I love Lott to the T, man, to the letter, real talk. But I'm gonna have to disagree because Walsh, man, he was a shark that made the kill go down in his belly. You feel me? He got to the Super Bowl and did it, like you just said. He made it to the Super Bowl and he won. Kyle Shanahan went there with Atlanta Falcons, got smoked. Not saying it's all his fault, but when he got to the second time, he should have seized the moment. It was a hairpin thing that we got there, but damn, seize the moment, Kyle. You don't know how long we might not get back, so seize the moment. But I still think Bill Walsh is the greatest on our side of the
No, he is. The comparison, I think, is just a comparison. But here's the thing.
Oh, okay.
You look at Kyle. He got betrayed 2 times. He had the lead going into the fourth quarter. Kyle got betrayed by his defense twice. You know what, though? I don't see that happening again. Kyle's got to learn this. He's got to step on a team's neck to the point the lead is insurmountable. I still say that defense can contain, but they weren't quite fully ready last year because they were susceptible to tiny mistakes, and that's all it took to win that Super Bowl last year, right? They won't be next year. This is why I'm saying the 49ers are now battle-tested, hardened, and if you think you're going to run that kid downfield and make him curl in for Mahomes to hit him now, won't happen again. Won't happen again. See, that's why experience can win for you.
Watch that neck. Watch that neck stepping on the neck, Ronbo. I'm real sensitive about the neck.
Oh no, I meant, and definitely nothing compared to that term. But Tyreek Hill,
I'm just kidding.
Tyreek Hill will never run that play again on the 49ers and get away with it. So these are the things. So yeah.
Yeah, man, the beef, the battle and the beef that we got with Seattle. I want to be able to, because I just saw something on Instagram or social media, something that the fact that they got 100 games and we got 80 games as far as the NFC for the 10-year decade, basically the decade of what our numbers are. So they got 100, we got 80. So we're 20 games behind in that division for a whole decade of what our percentage of wins of being, the most.
Oh yeah,
relevant or most
the Seahawks
win, and I'm like, damn.
They owned us for 6 years. 6 years they owned us.
I know, and I hate seeing that because I can't stand the Seahawks, man. I mean, I ain't like that, but I mean, I just don't like the Hawks at all. So
I don't mind saying it.
And when I seen that, I was like, damn, I didn't expect that they were doing that kind of number. When I thought about Russell Wilson for his last 4 years and all what they did, I guess it was right. I guess it's accurate, but I was shocked. You know what I mean?
And AJ, I hate to whine, but I'm sick of them getting away with the things they get away with in Seattle with the refs. We got to go, AJ. Let me. If you get a chance while you're having a good time in Nolens, get back to me tomorrow, man. Be looking for you.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. Play that jazz music for me. You know what I'm talking about? The angst ain't coming in. You know what I'm talking about? All right, brother.
All right. Night, AJ. Oh man, AJ's down there doing the Dixieland jazz thing. Hey, Krusty, are you prepared and ready? Krusty.
I am prepared now.
Krusty, I was worried. Krusty, you have any children?
Yes.
Krusty?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yes, I do.
Yeah, I was worried. Krusty, you know how children are. Krusty probably turned around. The child put a bottle rocket behind him and thought it was funny. Hey, Dad, look, bam! you know, kids think that things like that are funny.
Right. I was actually in the In-N-Out drive-thru.
Oh, okay. Hey, Krusty. So welcome, Krusty. It's the David Njoku campaign party tonight, which of course I'm leading. I'm getting mixed reviews on it. I'm looking at the 49ers as they're structured and personnel-wise. I'm thinking you slide Njoku, rescue him out of Cleveland, slide him in next to George Kittle for Kyle Shannon's famous 2 tight end sets, and let's dominate on offense like we're going to beat people up anyway, but Njoku would just make it silly. I just know he would. Teams folded up on Kittle, throwing in extra guys. Go ahead, throw extra guys on Kittle. George loves it. Bring another one over. Njoku's running free. Jimmy G sees him. Touchdown 49ers. I can tell you now, Njoku's 30, 20, 10, touchdown. That would happen all day for a while until defenses try to figure out what to do. I just know it. What do you think? Am I onto something here? Or am I just, this is a terrible idea? What do you think?
First off, I wasn't able to comment on yesterday's thing, so I want to say that I still stick to my whole thing. I don't think Kendrick Bourne's going to play for us next year. I think that he's going to get traded this year. If we're able to have somebody like, because this is a question. Let me ask you this. If Jalen Hurd and Trent Taylor were not injured last year, would Kendrick Bourne have done what he did last year? I don't think so. I think they would have had more snaps.
That's an interesting
the one
question.
thing that Kendrick Bourne lacks is yak. He literally gets tackled right after he catches the ball, And Jalen Hurd is totally different. That's why I was thinking that if Jalen Hurd becomes what we think he's going to become, he is going to become. And Kendrick Bourne is tradable. I really think that.
Well, no, you're right. In as much as he's made an impact to the point now where, if you offered Kendrick in a trade, you'd get some calls.
Right, and I think we'd get decent draft capital for him. I honestly really do. And when it comes to Mostert, I want to see another year from Mostert before, I think that he's fantastic. I think that he deserves a great payday, but I want to see another year. Because his first year, he was doing fantastic, and then he broke his arm in that Raiders game. Last year, he did fantastic, stayed healthy all year. Do it again, give the guy the money that he needs to get because he deserves it. He really does.
He'll get it. I got a feeling you're right because the 49ers don't have to move on his contract. If they did anything, it would just be out of being courteous because he's got another 2 years left on that contract. He just got a 3-year contract. So you're right.
Right.
So.
Okay. And now to tonight's stuff. I honestly think we drafted George Kittle friggin' sidekick. Because if, I heard a couple weeks, or like a month ago or a couple weeks ago, this guy came on and said Charlie Warner's, said his high school stats. I could not believe what he said. I thought he was talking bullshit. This guy really did get 60 touchdowns in high school.
Charlie Warner,
think that
he was a wide receiver. I believe it, yeah.
No, but what you don't understand is the guy got 28 wide receiving touchdowns. He got 32 rushing touchdowns.
Oh.
So it comes down to it. Not only could this guy be a sidekick to George Kittle, but in the end, this guy might even be able to replace Juice. We're talking about this undrafted free agent, but if he can do what it looks like, because I don't think Georgia used him right. If this guy's, because George Kittle didn't even do that in high school. Name one person that you've ever heard of that got 60 touchdowns in high school. I think that and Georgia taught him to block. You got to be kidding me.
I just want to.
You got a guy that can rush, catch, and block.
I just want to see what he. I wish
this
I could
guy
just
might even freaking
get film on him when he was in high school. I want to see what kind of competition he played against, because that's total domination. What you're talking about.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm thinking of myself as well. Is if he went and get good competition, he got a diamond in the rough. We might have George Kittle again, a second George Kittle underneath the radar that we don't even know about. Jimmy Garoppolo is going to come out like Brian Hoyer said. Georgia didn't use this guy correctly, and this guy just comes out and blows everybody out of the water. Imagine having two George Kittles on the team.
That would be,
or somebody that's a George Kittle Juice hybrid.
That would be a dream come true, wouldn't it? So yeah,
right. And Njoku is just like, I think this guy, he's been injured a lot and whatnot. I want to see what frickin' Warner's got to do. Because you know what? We've gotten draft picks out of the draft and stuff. We've done great with our draft picks. I just think if this guy's another diamond up like George Kittle, we scored.
That's a good point. I can't argue that. The 49ers have done very well with their draft picks. And I could be beating down a dead path because they may be feeling just the same way as you do about Warner. I was really delighted with Warner. I just haven't thought much about him since I got over him. I didn't get over him, but I just stopped talking about him. But Warner, you're right. He's got the 6'5" and all that stuff and lots of size. He's not real fast, but he's real strong. This works well.
Right.
So.
Right. He's probably a yak guy that we just don't know about yet because they didn't use him in college like they should have. Like they didn't use George Kittle in college like they should have.
Yeah. You got to look at the programs.
I'm hoping he comes out of the gate, maybe does okay this year and then comes out and does really great again. And another thing I was about to bring up is I heard that George Kittle is willing to sign a $13 million contract.
Yeah, Matt Barrows is talking about that now. Yeah.
Right. And it's just like George Kittle, he wants to sign a $13 million. We are hearing $14 million he rejected. That's got to be the AC. It has to be.
Yeah,
the real George is coming out.
Yeah, these reports, you got to take most of them with a grain of salt. That $20 million, I knew that was a joke. Because George knows better than to ask for $20 million. And if his agent did it, George said, hey, I need to reel you back in here. Don't get crazy. I want to play ball, okay? Give me a break. $20 million? George, let me do this. Well, if you do it again, I'm going to fire you. Just probably tell him like that, Don't push the envelope too far.
Yeah. I'm just saying, another thing is don't freaking count Charlie Warner out because we really didn't get to see what he was able to do in college. They forced him into blocking. They taught him how to block. But from what he showed in high school, if he was going against good competition, he's not only a blocking tight end, he can rush, he can freaking catch, and he can score touchdowns, obviously. Because, like I said, I've never heard of anybody that scored 60 touchdowns in high school. That's fucking ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Sorry for the cursing. I apologize.
No, really. That's on just about every snap. Give him the ball. I think you're right, though. It's probably about him dragging people down the field. He's probably always been really strong. And that's probably been one of the things he does. Because he's not real fast, but once he gets rolling, it's the kind of guy you don't want to step in front of a truck that's just rolling down the road. You'll be killed, right? So I got to think that may be part of it. Krusty, good stuff. Krusty,
imagine a Derrick Henry that could catch.
Oh, God, Derrick Henry. Hey, and Krusty, drop me a line at rombosports@gmail.com. There's some things I want to discuss with you as well. All right?
Okay, cool.
All right.
All right,
Krusty.
Sounds good, man.
Hey, have a good night, Krusty. Happy weekend. Fourth weekend.
Thanks. You too, man.
Thanks. Hey,
see you tomorrow. Later.
All right, Phil. Hey, 408. Come on in. 408. That was San Jose. Hello. Hello. Whoa, whoa. 408. Somebody always. I've had 408 area code several times. Most of the time it's the same. Hey, Nudge. Come on in, Nudge. 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 Uh-oh, here he comes. This Justin. Justin.
I want to say thank you, Krusty. Thank you, man. That's my point this whole time. I appreciate that call. Thank you, Krusty. That was my whole point because, man, you kind of got me fired up about adding this Cleveland tight end, okay? This Cleveland tight end, man, who's had injury problems, who's been injured, has catching problems, has problems running around, and the only thing he's been really good at is blocking. But he's ranked 28th. No, he's ranked 30th. I think he's ranked 30th in tight ends for his catching and PB and for blocking.
I was just saying because you said he's good at blocking. He's not great at blocking. He's okay. Nothing special there.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that this guy is not. He's not. Can we? And I understand your feeling about Ross Doyle, but here's the thing: we don't win the Cardinals game without Ross Doyle. Ross Doyle had 2 touchdowns in that Cardinals game. He had a game stealer against the Cardinals, and that's where the Cardinals kind of came back, but he sealed that game thanks to Ross Doyle. Yeah. Ross Doyle just needs time.
Yeah. So. Listen, how many players do you hear about doing a great job in Cleveland? And look at OBJ going over there. How does he look nowadays? You know, you got to take all things into consideration. The Cleveland offense is a little bizarre. You can't really make your full judgment on playing in Cleveland. I mean, Landry and OBJ are wondering what's going on too. And I'm not sure about their offensive system. Baker Mayfield is okay. He's not what he was supposed to. They were supposed to be going to the Super Bowl last year, and they was definitely supposed to be going to playoffs. They were supposed to be dominant. What happened? See, that's why you can't get mad at just the players. There's something else going on in Cleveland. I don't know what.
But I guess I see that point. You know, Cleveland's not really a good place to play. You know, get better your career. You know, many players have gone to Cleveland and then not done so well. You know, Cole McCoy was one of them. He came from Texas. He went to Cleveland. Did not do so well. Yeah. So like, I understand that point, but I still am just like, I don't really want to. I really don't want to take on another contract when we have to pay a bunch of free agents next year. And I understand he's on his rookie contract.
Let's get that straight. Let's get that straight. You're not paying a lot of money. You got 2 years to see whether or not you want to keep him. 2. That's not a bad deal.
But the thing is, if Cleveland's going to trade him, because I believe he was a first-round pick, if I'm not mistaken, he was a first-round pick.
Definitely.
He was a first. He was taken. I think before Kittle, right? Before Kittle, because Kittle was fifth round.
Well, yeah, Kittle's a 5th-round pick. Yeah.
Yeah. So you talk about Kittle and you talk about Njoku. When he was the best tight end, when we drafted Kittle, he was the second best tight end, and then he was not even he wasn't even top 5 for all these analysts, and then he ended up doing really well. I'm just saying we have Charlie Warner. We drafted in the 5th round. We took him over Thaddeus Moss, and Thaddeus Moss was apparently the best tight end in that draft, and we passed on him to take Charlie Warner. Charlie Warner had 60 touchdowns in high school.
Wait.
And Charlie Warner was a phenomenal blocker at Georgia.
Justin, who told you Thaddeus Moss was the best tight end in the draft?
That's what everybody kept saying, like, draft Thaddeus Moss. Like, because at LSU,
No, I know. I just never heard anybody say he was the best tight end in the draft. A lot of people did think he was good. And were willing to take him, but I never heard about him being the best tight end in the draft. Well, I guess, is he in the league as an UDFA or anything? Because he didn't get drafted.
He got picked up by Washington.
Okay.
He got picked up by Washington. So he is on the Washington practice squad.
I think he got mistreated. I looked at his tape. I don't understand why people just hated on him like that. He's not that bad.
He's not that bad. He's just really good. He's a great player. I just think the one issue with him was that route running, and then I believe blocking was the one option. He could catch the ball. He has speed like his dad, but like blocking, and then I think running position.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he could catch the ball. He could get open, but I think route running is.
Right. But the bottom line is, you are not in favor of bringing Njoku to join George Kittle. All right.
I'm not. We got three tight ends. We got three tight ends out ready. It doesn't make sense to bring another because then you drafted Charlie Warner just a block, and I think we need to give him a fair shot to. Because you also got another. Well,
okay, how about this then? Even Warner's probably not. He was not on the list of being thrown away. I would make a switch though. If you have a choice between Njoku and Dwelly, I think a lot of people would lean toward Njoku, maybe more than they would Dwelly. Dwelly's okay.
I understand,
but he's not spectacular.
I understand that everyone would say, yeah, get rid of Dwelly. But here's the thing: that Cardinals game. And he proved that he could handle his own when Kittle was down, and he did that against the Cardinal game. When Kittle didn't come back, and then Dwelly actually did really well in that game. And I was at that game where he caught 2 touchdowns. So
yeah, don't get me wrong. Dwelly's not awful. If I could upgrade from Dwelly, I think I would. That's the only reason I'm mentioning Njoku, because I know. Well, you put him on the field. If we're doing
that trade, okay, you might as well send Dwelly over there because I don't see the 49ers going into 2020 football season with 4 tight ends and 4 running backs. That's just not. It doesn't make sense.
No, somebody would get cut. But anyway, yeah. Justin, all right, point taken. We got to go now though. I'll see you tomorrow on Raw. Yeah. All right.
Yep. Yeah, I tried zooming in and it didn't let me. It didn't let me click the link. So
we're having issues with Zoom. Anyway, all right.
Yeah. Okay, I kind of figured. All right, y'all take care, stay safe, and don't be throwing the fireworks anymore, man. It's over. It's over.
All right. Good night, Justin.
When the fireworks is a Ronbo on the show. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, bro. See ya.
Thanks, Justin. Night. And let's go back and check 408. Area code 408. 408. 408. Right. Hey, let's go back and check and see Naj. Hey, Naj. Oh, Naj. Naj. Malik Simmons, Russell Wilson is definitely better than Dak. Anybody's arguing that got to be kidding me. Dion! Dion? Well, we may be having issues on our phone. I'm not sure. Let's see. If John comes in, if John does not come in, I know we're definitely having problems with our phone. Hey, John, can you hear me, John? Oh, there's John.
Ronbo, my man.
John, I'm so glad you called because, John, if anybody knows and has insights on David Njoku, as you mentioned, your girl says David Njoku does a good job. What are you thinking about pairing him up with George Kittle?
Oh, I think it's excellent, Ronbo. Njoku is very physical. He's a big body, blocks well. He can catch the ball. He goes up high for it. Oh, yeah. He has no problem jumping. The dude's got ups. There's no doubt about it. Probably can jump higher than George. So
I've seen him go up.
There's no doubt about it. There is no doubt. Actually, he went up on us and we flipped him around and broke his neck almost. So, but
no, you know what? That's the thing, John. I think he gets a little too reckless. If I was a coach, the first thing I say, listen, I don't want you to overcommit on plays. If clearly you think you got it made, go up. But when you go up, it's not like a normal human being. You're going to come down, and you're going to come down from a height that's going to get hurt. So, take it easy.
Yes, sir.
I definitely tell him on that.
But Ronbo, I think it's important to have two very physical tight ends because, with just 2 very versatile tight ends that can catch the ball and a backfield that's insane, You've got gadget players like McKinnon and Coleman who can catch the ball in open field.
Right.
And then you haven't even touched your receiving core yet. It's insane. I mean, you have so many weapons that it's just ridiculous. I mean,
you can't cover them all, John.
Right. I mean, how many weapons can a team utilize all at once? And we can utilize the fullback position better than most teams because Juice is just awesome. So we check every box twice over again. So it's like, where do you lack talent? Some people are going to tell you lack talent in the secondary. I disagree. We have a talented secondary, Ronbo. So I don't think that we need to add any more talent there.
John,
I think we need
John, John, amplify on that. We had the best secondary in the NFL, and people are still crying like we got no secondary. I do not understand that. Okay, we made a couple of mistakes.
We made one mistake.
But give me a break. God, it's not a suffering secondary.
We made one crucial mistake, and we can't blame Mosley entirely because, Patrick Mahomes saw one-on-one with Jimmy Ward, and that happened because what's his face? I'm drawing a blank now. Sammy Watkins ran a bait route, and it worked. And we picked up that play early on in the Super Bowl. They ran that on us twice.
Yes.
So, I mean,
experience. That's what I'm talking about,
I'm
John.
not going to sit here and say – I don't want to say that we don't lack talent in the secondary. We made a mistake on the biggest stage. So what are we going to do? We're going to pay for it forever? I mean, we got to take it easy. We're young.
See, and also those mistakes you talk about, I don't care who you get, they're not going to be mistake proof. That's what I'm saying. Best secondary in the league. Get rid of. We need help in the secondary. Why do you need help? You had the best in the league. So I was like, it just irks me.
I don't agree. You can't bury a man because he made a mistake. I mean, he has to live with that. We're forgetting that these guys have to live with the sad, depressive feeling that they're young and that they might not ever go back in their career. So they're going to come back with a vengeance. Man, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, Ronbo.
Shame on me.
Shame on me. So let's remember. I mean, we are not every game this season, Ronbo. I feel like with every tackle we make, we want to break your bones. With every sack we take, for every sack we make, we want to take you out. I mean, I just feel like every impact of every game we play, we're playing with just grit, and we want to go back. We want to go back bad, and that's a scary team to play.
And John, like I say, this time they went in there as high school students in the Super Bowl. I said at the beginning of the season, you weren't ready for it. It showed in the last few minutes. This time, John, they're coming back with a diploma. I could bring that same group back and kick the Chiefs' butt all up and down the field. You're not going to see the same mistakes made, and the 49ers are clearly the better team. This is what I'm talking about, So, yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
That's what I want.
I think Njoku's a good pickup, Ronbo. If we can make it work, I think we should make it work. If we can give them Pettis in a 5th round, great. If they'll take a 4th round and no Pettis, I'll understand. No offense.
Don't piss us off, John. You want to make the deal or not? Okay. No Pettis. But here's the thing, John. Njoku's a 1st-round pick, and Pettis is a 2nd-round pick. So actually, we would actually be going too far with that offer. Somebody pointed that out earlier, and I realize that's true. A 1st-round pick, they should actually be giving us that 5th-round pick or 4th-round pick, whatever, to make up for that distance, since we're taking Njoku off their hands in a 5th-year contract as well. So, yeah. But they're not going to do that. They say, you want to make a deal or not. So.
No, I mean, it's a shame when you see 1st-round talent on a team that doesn't execute, that has all their eggs outside of the basket busted. I mean, they're just – the Browns have mishandled every pick they've ever had in the last 20 years. So,
and they've had so many 1st-round picks. My God.
So many. It's just coach after coach, coordinator after coordinator. I mean, your head spins. So it'd be really interesting to see what we could do in our system with Njoku, because I think he would be pretty awesome. And I think it would be pretty awesome to have 2 extremely physical tight ends. executing on both sides of the field. That'd be pretty badass.
And you start doubling up on George, you will be killed. And if you're gonna,
I know.
God, I love
so
that.
much talent, so many weapons. My God, like I said, between your backfield and your tight ends, you haven't even touched base with them. You haven't even seen us throw to our receivers yet. Holy smokes!
True. John, we gotta go. We're gonna be getting together in a couple of days. I'm gonna talk to you. I'll see you tomorrow too, as well on Raw before we get together. And
got it, Ronbo, my man.
Thanks.
Always a pleasure, my man. Take care. Be safe.
Same here,
I appreciate
John.
everything you do for me. Good night,
Thanks,
my man.
Man. Night. And let's go back and check in on Naj and see what. Hey, Naj, are you available yet? I heard a noise. Naj. 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 Hey, Dion. It'd be great to hear Dion on this subject because Dion does not mind not liking things. Don't ask him about Jerick McKinnon. Dion, where you at, man? It's Sunday night, 4th of July weekend. It's understandable. People probably wanted to come in, and they said, I can't get away. Alex!
What's up, Ronbo?
Al. Man, Alex, I have been, pumped. As soon as I see Njoku's name go up, see, I had to think about Njoku coming out of the U. I said, oh, man, I had him in my mock draft. I said, man, if I could we could get David Njoku. We can go places. I didn't know about George Kittle yet. So, I was like, Njoku, get that freak in here. So now he's available. And now I say, I've already got George Kittle. It's just pure hell. I'm sliding Njoku on the field with him. Now, what you going to do now, defense? I got Debo, I got Taylor, I got Boyd, I got any number, I got Hurd. It depends on who works out. I got any number of weapons. My running back that's Mostert. What's he going to do now? Y'all can't do nothing. So I said, Njoku makes the 49ers, takes them over that line of invincibility that I really picture. But Albert, let me stop. What do you think on that matter?
Well, I think, Bill Belichick said it best at one point when he had, Hernandez and Gronkowski. When you got two really, really good athletes, let's just say it, two really good tight ends, dominating the middle of the field, opening, the middle of the field up. It's really tough for a defense. And that's why so many teams have tried to replicate that. And as you can see, it's really, really tough. But there's a reason why the Bucks have O.J. Howard and Gronk. They want to make this easy for Tom Brady. So I can just see, good things, because the thing is what happens when, Debo, Trent Taylor, Ayuk, or, either of the tight ends catch a ball when the distraction, it might look like it's going to Njoku. He's streaking up the middle, but then he opens up 10 yards in his own. And it's just Kyle Shanahan with Njoku and Kittle and all the other weapons. It's a dangerous thing. And, I wouldn't necessarily worry about any contract issues, salary cap and stuff, because I would say that, through 3 years, we have absolutely no reason to believe that our front office or Kyle Shanahan would be willing to risk the future, over one player. So, they've been really, really good at managing contracts. They do what they have to do when managing contracts, with DeForest Buckner. But they've never given us a reason. They've never went out like the Rams and just picked up everybody, signed everybody. They've been very, very meticulous. Yeah. Even when we had tons of money, we didn't go out of our way to spend 40 or 50 or 60, 70 million, in a season, in an off season. So, if we get David Njoku for, the next 2 years, I think it was like a, $9 million for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be too mad at it.
3 this year, 6 next year.
The thing is, there's probably some way that the Niners are thinking, it would be very easy to franchise tag and trade him. He's somebody that people want, I would not be, I'm not going to sit here and say a first round pick, but it wouldn't be that hard to see the Niners get 2 years of production, spend some upfront money to keep him real quick, and then trade him for a second round pick.
Right.
And that would be, that's, those are those long-term things where we sit here and, we traded the 3rd and 5th for Emmanuel. If we get any trades in the future, does it make up for these, yeah, it makes up for it, and that's why we have a creative front office. We have a forward-thinking front office, and we have a smart front office. Any moves they make are going to be good for the team.
And I just want you to amplify on that point. Yeah. That one point you just made. The 49ers would go out and sign Emmanuel Sanders, and it cost them a lot. Emmanuel Sanders, I don't know how much he got paid last year. Did he get paid like 10 or something like that? At any rate, you paid a lot for him. You gave up assets. In this case, Njoku would be an upgrade from Dwelly. I'm pretty sure about that. And you don't pay anything other than maybe a draft pick or whatever. I don't know which round draft pick they're talking about. Or maybe you get lucky and they do take Dante Pettis. So you reduce the size of your wide receiver room. You got a better player than Dwelly. And now I can reduce salary by maybe drop Dwelly. And, it keeps getting better and better from there because you're not paying a fortune. He's not getting a lot of money. And you may have a player that's going to take you over the edge, way over the edge.
Yeah, I mean, you got to remember this. When we built this team, some of these players that we got, such as Fred Warner, George Kittle, Kinlaw and whatnot, they're not necessarily first rounders, second rounders, and we had to find these jewels in the draft. But, it's gotten to a point where, we can't load up 15 jewels on our bench.
Yeah,
we got top tier players. It comes to a point where you got to remember there's certain times where some of these draft picks that we have, realistically, we're not going to find somebody better. So we can spend these draft picks on trades. The return might be shorter. We might not get 4 years or, a 5th year or, 3 years, but 2 years is fine. Especially with how the Niners have made their trades because they've typically made, a trade when they feel they have to. With the draft picks that they're using, they're viewing them as, things that they're not really losing them because what they're going to get in return is going to mean enough to not worry about that.
Yeah, they're investments.
And and I don't have no worries. If we were to give up a 2nd round draft pick, we still have a 1st and a 3rd, and beyond that.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried about that. I do think that the Niners, will slowly always add piece like Kinlaw. I think they'll always constantly do that to with a pick or two in the draft, but they're not going to load up 7 draft picks with starters. It's just that would create a problem because then we'd be cutting people with contracts and having dead cap money. So I'm okay with these draft pick trades to get players like Njoku on the rookie contracts. Because we got to do what we got to do to win. And if it's not going to sacrifice the future, do it. You got to believe in the moves we made because we've made moves that haven't worked, like Reuben Foster, so far Solomon Thomas.
None of us are going to forget that.
Like that. So, yeah,
Dante, we still has a question mark over him. Yeah.
Exactly. We've got 10 years of contracts into 2 guys that have not even earned 80% of their contract yet. So, we got to just do what we got to do. David Njoku would upgrade the offense, and it would be at a position that gives Kyle Shanahan a huge amount of confidence into every game plan each week, and it would be a headache for every D coordinator.
Immediately. Because now, Dwelly does a fair job of blocking. He's made a few catches, but Njoku, that's another level. And you can't get Kyle Shanahan that much talent.
You can't teach 6'5" or 6'4", 250 and can run a 4.5. And you can't teach that.
And leap out of a room. This dude goes up.
Exactly.
Whoever's out there with him, forget about it. You're not getting it. He's getting it. Oh,
yeah,
man.
Ross Dwelly can, bench press his 225. David Njoku can bench press a car. I'll take that.
Yeah. That's just the way you do it, You want to get better. Like you're saying, you got 2 years. He's not going to be expensive. If you went out and got a blue chip player, a free agent, he's going to cost you the farm. This is a no-brainer to me, People say, Adams and all these guys, that's fine, but they're going to cost you a fortune very soon.
Exactly.
Can you handle that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And with like a player like Dwelly, but I'm not going to sit here and disrespect him, but compared to, we could probably keep Dwelly for a 4-year contract on a really, really, really cheap deal, or a 2-year, 3-year deal, as insurance for Njoku. Ross Dwelly's in no position to demand a trade or, this type or another. He had 3 plays in a season, and and he did good. He filled his role, but there comes a time and a place where this guy's better than you.
And I don't know how many tight ends the 49ers want to carry. That's another thing, because like you're saying, maybe you can keep Dwelly. It's not a big deal. So you keep Warner, Dwelly, Njoku, and you got George. So there you are.
Hey, we don't know. Year to year, we have no idea what Kyle Shanahan has in the bag. So when it comes out, when we get down to that 53, we'll have a better idea of the possibilities. But training camp is real. Earning your spot is real, and we're gonna either see some changes or some little we're either gonna see, like we were talking about a couple weeks ago, those hybrid moves. We're gonna see a direction with the offense, and some of it might surprise us, but some of it might some of it could just be some of the stuff we've well, I wouldn't say backfire, but some of the stuff could be little things in the work that we've seen the evolution of it through the last couple of years. So
yeah, all right, good stuff as always, Alex. We're gonna go and let's see you tomorrow night on Raw.
All right, buddy, we'll talk.
All right, man. Night, Alex. Have a great weekend. And we'll go back and see if we can find D on Dion.
Ronbo, what's going on, brother?
Yeah, I'm glad you're in here tonight, because you're a man who sticks with convictions. Nobody's going to swing you. I am running a campaign harder than what you would for a presidential candidate for David Njoku. Dion, your feelings on that. Am I rolling down the right road, or is this just foolishness? Because I know you'll tell me the truth.
You want me to be 100 with you, Ronbo?
It's always 100.
I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think we need Njoku. I honestly don't.
Right.
The reason that I state that is very simple. Does he bring a very great skill set? Yes. Is he better than Ross Dwelly, Charlie Warner, Chase Harrell, any of the tight ends outside of George Kittle? Yes, he is. He's definitely an upgrade. But at the end of the day, as you were just stating to the previous caller, people are going to cost you money. You really think Njoku going to want to sit around and watch George Kittle get paid $13, $14 million?
See,
and then
I
at
thought
the
about
end of the day,
that's true. I thought about that.
He starts making things happen, and then he looks and goes, "Where's my money?"
Okay. I just want to echo what Alex just said too. Well, listen, that's when you package him up and you get him out of here. Because we're going to be doing these little 2-year contracts. We're that kind of team now, D. Because a guy like Njoku is fully developed. You got to pay a lot of money for a free agent. But this is a rookie, and if he starts shouting about, "Man, I got to get paid," well, you go get paid, but it just ain't gonna be here, okay? And he's out of here because we already got a Super Bowl,
I can dig it. I can understand. But what happens is the one thing that I do understand about the NFL is that it is a business, because you'll see players come and go from different places. But what I want the 49ers organization to continually get back to is the Eddie DiBartolo days, as far as keeping it as a family.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Where yes, we know players will come and go. I mean, we had Deion for 1 year. I mean, like Deion Sanders is probably the greatest quarterback of all time, and we had him for 1 year. So, you know what I mean? Players are going to come and go, but you do what you can to keep that core, that foundation there. Like, if it's a situation where Trent Williams doesn't work out and he's just a little too rusty and he isn't the same Trent Williams that he was, even though we've been seeing, videos of him being overly athletic for someone so large, it's freakish how athletic that man is to be that big.
I saw him in that training film. I could not believe what I was seeing.
And it doesn't work out, he walks. Why? We gave him the option. We said, we're not going to franchise tag you. We want to wait and see. So if you're good and this works out and we get our Super Bowl ring, then, we're going to come back and we're going to start talking some money, baby. We're going to go ahead and take care of you, But
it's a situation for me where if we're going to trade for anybody, I'm sticking to my guns and going with trading for Jamal Adams. I will say this till it doesn't happen. Jaquaski Tart and a second-round pick is more than enough. The Jets will get themselves a starting safety. They will get a second-round pick where they can pick up somebody that can replace him if they don't feel comfortable with him at the end of the day. But Jamal Adams is just too much of a Swiss Army knife for us to pass on, and we already have the best tight end in the league. I understand pairing two tight ends.
Yes,
if we got
especially in Shanahan's offense.
If we got Njoku, think about it like this. We would wind up like the Patriots when they had Aaron Hernandez and Gronk, because we would have two tight ends that would have at least 10 to 12 touchdowns each.
Mm-hmm.
It would be, Kyle Shanahan would get so addicted to running a two tight end set, he wouldn't even – KB wouldn't get nowhere near 1,000 yards.
But you know what?
Debo will start becoming an afterthought because you wouldn't know, because those two tight ends would be on the field.
They'd be dominating, I know. Hey, but remember when in Atlanta, they ran two tight end sets a lot more than Kyle does now, right? Because they had two guys who were very talented. Well, one of them was who?
What?
Was Hooper in it? Wait a minute.
I can't. It was Hooper.
It was
Hooper was there, and yeah.
But Lola was there, and one other guy that they got a lot of burn.
I can't remember. Yeah, I cannot remember the other dude's name. But the thing is if you give Kyle Shanahan weapons, he'll make them work. I'm putting together a piece right now where I'm comparing him and Bill Walsh as the first 3 years of their respective careers. I am in people out there listening. Please, in no way am I saying that Kyle Shanahan is Bill Walsh. I am not stating that. I will make that very, very clear. I do not want anybody to misconstrue or twist my words. I am stating I am doing a comparison because I know what Bill Walsh means to this franchise, and I know who he is, and he's the father of the West Coast offense. So don't get me twisted, people. I'm just doing a comparison to show you, because one thing that I do already have, and I'll drop this as a little gem before I drop the video, Bill Walsh and Kyle Shanahan in both their third years went what? 13-3. And they both did what? Went to the Super Bowl. The only difference between Walsh and Shanahan is Walsh won, Shanahan lost. That is literally.
Kyle won 25, Walsh won 24 in his first 3 years. Isn't that ironic? But Walsh won a Super Bowl.
So when you're looking at it, these two are very similar. And the one thing that they share so much is they're extremely meticulous. When I was doing the research, I fucking forgot we had O.J. Simpson on the squad at one time, Ronbo. I forgot.
Walsh was gone.
O.J. was on the squad.
Wasn't
he? Yeah. We had O.J. Simpson.
I know. I think he wasn't rolling with Walsh at that year, I don't think. Was he?
Was.
It was.
Yes, he was.
That was Walsh last year. That's amazing.
God. You know another thing about football? Running back by committee.
Yeah. See,
running back committee. Nobody had 1,000 yards, and they were just the only back. It was running back by committee.
The similarities are always crazy.
Very much so. But
you're gonna have fun with those comparisons. When are you gonna be done with that?
Oh, I'll be done with that probably at least tonight. I'm gonna drop that
there you
tonight.
Go. You're gonna drop it tonight. There you go. You gotta click on D. Get ready. He's got something he wants to show you coming up shortly. All right.
Yeah,
you must be looking at what I called you late about a little while ago. All right. Good. Sounds interesting.
I'm sorry, brother. I wasn't able to get to you right then and there.
I thought you was outside playing with the family, because it's still 4th of July weekend. So I was fine.
Sometimes I get a little preoccupied. You're right. But hey, man, Njoku, I'm not gonna lie, Ronbo. Njoku is a very, very interesting player. I would not be mad if they traded for him. It's just that because we have Kittle already, I don't see it being a situation where we should.
It's not about just having a gun. It's having extra bullets in it. You know, that's what I'm talking about. I'm fine with Kittle. But if I get somebody next to Kittle that's nearly as a threat, now The defense cannot sag on my boy Kittle. If you do, you're dead. I love having a defense completely helpless. The thought of it just makes me nuts. We just sit there and laugh.
I agree with you. With Njoku's talent, what I will tell you is, I'm going to tell you right now, if you had David Njoku and George Kittle on the field, I tell you, defenses, they're going to look and go, okay, who's going to cover who? And at the end of the day, we're going to have to give up something to someone. Yep. You cannot cover both of them because Njoku's not having another bullet in the gun. Njoku is a whole nother gun.
Yes. That's what I say. Hey, tomorrow's news, it's Monday. Watch us find out the 49ers have thrown their hat into the ring for the Njoku give or take. It seems like the Patriots are willing to give up a lot more than the 49ers. Because the 49ers kill me. The 49ers will sneak into these things. But when people start getting crazy, well, we'll just take our hat back out. We ain't going that route. If we could get him, we're going to take him. But if we ain't giving up the farm.
We hold things so close to the vest, you'll never know what we're doing until it's done. It's the beauty of it. The only other thing that I'll say on that is we have to just be very careful and be very mindful of the moves that we make. And if at any point he does decide to come here, he's going to have to jump on the train and learn how to block just like George Kittle. And he's going to have to understand there's going to be times where we're going to tell you it's not about your stats. It's about this squad. But remember, so if we want to run down their damn throat with Raheem Mostert, you're going to block most of the game, and you're not going to be out here getting gaudy stuff.
D, remember one thing. Sanders was not famous for his blocking. He got into it when he got to San Francisco. They know how to get your mind right. Mm-hmm. So that I don't worry about. D, go and finish that up so people get at you tonight. We got to go.
I'm definitely getting in there, man. Hey, I appreciate it, Ronbo. Thank you for having me, brother. Continue to do what you do. You are the best at what you do. Thank you so much for the platform. I'm going to jump in this chat, man, because I'm going to definitely be dropping that one later on tonight.
There you go. All right, man. And if you missed Dion in the chat, Dion Johnson, click him up now. Get ready for it. All right, D. Have you seen tomorrow?
All right, Ronbo.
All right, man. Night. So as a son, we're going to chat Naj again. Hey, Naj. Naj? How about 408? Naj, all right, we'll see you in a minute. Naj, this happens to Naj every now and then. But anyway, hey, it's my campaign. I know a lot of people don't seem to like it, but I do feel if you get George Kittle a running mate, ooh. But it was funny because Dion did point out one thing I have to agree with also. If Kyle Shanahan gets two capable tight ends, we may never hear from the running backs and wide receivers again. Kyle loves him two tight, but he needs two very capable tight ends that draw an equal or nearly, at least nearly the same amount of it. And I love when he does that. Same amount of attention. Now everything works. It's like Alex pointed out, the middle of the field is a vacant lot. You can't sit there. You cannot. Because now you got the tight ends doing what they do, and you got Jack McKinnon just really scaring the bejesus out of people. He's rolling around the same area. You got Debo who could operate anywhere. That tight end, Njoku, if you make the mistake of actually assigning too many people to George Kittle because of his all-pro status, you're dead. See, these are the things. I want death on that defense. I want them to have no options. I want them to sit back and throw their hands up there. Coach, the heck, man? What are we supposed to do here? You know, you're supposed to die quietly and shut up. But it's not going to happen. It's too good to be true, and I'm sure the Njoku's not coming, but I definitely want that. My big show. We have a deal with Isaiah Simmons, best linebacker this year's draft, and D-Hop, two tight ends, which KS utilizes very well. Then any coach, Simmons and D-Hop, would be irrelevant in the NFC West. I know. See, I know. I just know Kyle wants this. I kind of feel like I understand the way he thinks. I Wait till let's see what happens tomorrow's news. I got a feeling this is on. There, I'll see you tomorrow night on Raw. And with whatever happens, I hope the good news is Kyle Shanahan looking for a little help in the tight end area. It doesn't like, man, you can join these arguments. I see tonight. Thanks, show. Niners! Yes.